March 1985. Mikhail Gorbachev is the first leader of the USSR who did not live through the Russian Revolution.
Gorbachev I did work with as an interpreter and had a really good impression of him as a human being. He was one of the few heads of state that I worked with who would really treat you as a human being, approach you, was willing to take a photograph with you, have a little chat.
Since stepping onto the diplomatic merry-go-round when he became leader of one of the most powerful nations on earth, Mikhail Gorbachev hardly seems to have paused for breath.
Old guard ideas are out, and Russia is offered a new revolution.
Political and social changes had to be made. Perestroika, or reconstruction, was, he wrote, the only way forward in a new atmosphere of glasnost, or openness.
When President Gorbachev came into power, there was a sea change of attitude. He introduced things called glasnost and perestroika to, I think, make efforts to reduce the tension in the world.
Gorbachev grew up operating combine harvesters, gained a law degree, and quickly rose through the Communist Party ranks. His first meeting with Ronald Reagan is a crossroads for the Cold War.
Just over a month ago, General Secretary Gorbachev and I met for the first time in Geneva. Our purpose was to begin a fresh chapter in the relations between our two countries and to try to reduce the suspicions and mistrust between us.
But the relationship between the superpower leaders only threatens to increase mutual mistrust. Gorbachev and Reagan begin a series of game-changing talks in Reykjavik. The agenda, reducing nuclear weapons. The talks come to an abrupt halt.
In Iceland last October, we had one moment of opportunity that the Soviets dashed because they sought to cripple our Strategic Defense Initiative, SDI. I wouldn't let them do it then. I won't let them do it now or in the future.
President Gorbachev lobbies hard to stop SDI.
But while here, he's expected to push Mitterrand for French support over his campaign against Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative.
I've made it clear that there's no way that we can give up SDI, which we believe is offering an opportunity for peace for the world.
And as Mr. Gorbachev carries out the formal program of his visit, here a wreath laying at the Arc de Triomphe, the Soviet leader is leaving no chance untaken to ram home his message, which is that there must be no arms race in space.
Gorbachev believes if he puts money into a competing SDI program, the Soviet economy will be crippled.
He spoke of the efforts to find an alternative and mocked America's Strategic Defense Initiative as a dangerous illusion. In its place, the Soviet leader proposed a complete ban on all space weapons and a 50% cut in the Soviet and American missiles aimed at each other's soil.